Hi, a little bit unplanned video today, but I think that this topic should be addressed. Uh, so, vibe coding. Yeah, probably most of you heard about it, and I think many of you, like myself, used Copilot and some other large language models to answer your questions, to produce some code samples that you can take and later refine and put into your project. And this is fine, and this is not a vibe coding by any means. It's pretty much same like searching for answers the old way, but just faster. And you can ask meaningful questions. The more or less meaningful snippet of code will be produced, and you can try to uh, like integrate it into your existing code base. So it's like regular coding with some assistance with large language models, but it's more like informational assistance. And what is vibe coding is it's when you actually ask tools to generate actual code that then goes straight to prod. You ask tools pretty much do everything for yourself, and I mean it's kind of expected that such an approach will take several attempts to polish everything, to refine, and the big question, does it worth it really? Because it's obvious that um, vibe coding produces under-reviewed code, and it's quite chaotic code. Your project quickly becomes some sort of Frankenstein, and where security issues were reported, and well, pretty much that code, as I would expect it to be like very unmaintainable. Yeah, it can code fast, but at the same time, my initial expectation is that I doubt that it can generate something more or less uh, production ready, let's say. Uh, yeah, but I'm trying to approach it unbiased. I started to notice that it's some sort, it becoming a standard in some sort, and you can see actually a lot of new job positions opens that explicitly requires that you need to know like Cursor AI, you need to know some other tools like Windsurf maybe. And if you read LinkedIn, like some people claiming that like, yeah, it's like productivity boost like 5 times, 10 times, you can fire like 50% of the stuff and something like this. Of course, it all sounds crazy and to me, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind some, let's say, reasonable assistance in coding. I did that before when I want something, I ask something, I analyze and more or less manually integrate it into the code. But it, it's not vibe coding. But vibe coding, I still have a lot of questions. Is it like literally produce something that actually can be useful, or it's just a gimmick, it's yeah, you can generate something to impress let's say investors or internal audience, but it's far from being something like production ready. So what I did a couple of months ago, I went to YouTube to check videos how guys actually using those things and to see which results they are achieving with that. I mean, if you can see in job descriptions information that that skill sort of required, then probably it means that this is a big thing. Not necessarily, but maybe. And I found pretty soon a video which is called like Cursor AI full beginner tutorial. Uh, it's like one of the third video that appears in search, and checked it. It's like 30 minutes, and I have nothing against that video and against after. I actually put that video into the description. He did a quite fair job. He didn't cut anything. He showed everything as it is, and I have no complaints about video. But what I saw, to me, it was like the best anti-advertisement for using Cursor AI, to be honest, because first he's asking to generate a landing page, and at first it generates like total garbage. Then he asks to refine it, and it makes it even worse. Uh, and on third attempt, it does something that doesn't look like completely broken, but at the same uh, time, it doesn't look like something like nearly close to be production ready. More than that, he didn't show how it behaves on different screen size on mobile and stuff. And yeah, he talked with a chat a little bit and received a Frankenstein style of code, and uh, he will still spend probably a lot of time polishing it. And even if he still will save like 10 or even 15% of time, I kind of doubt that it's worth all the hype. Later, he asks to code the snake game for the landing page. And yeah, that's actually kind of impressive. It's really generated a working snake game, but what the odds that you will need to code the snake game and to push it to the prod on your landing page. And even if you want, you can easily find online some ready and functioning code snippets. Yeah, he saved probably a minute or two with that. Uh, and well, what I saw from that video actually made me really question it, because uh, it didn't look good. It didn't look that something, but like something potentially working. If we push it to the prod, it will be like miracle if it will load at all. And yeah, but again, I'm trying to approach it with open mind, and today we will try to solve a real task for real situation, for prod environment pretty much, and see like if it is it worth it, like at all. Should I switch to Cursor, or my previous approach, like coding everything in the tools that I used to, is kind of okay. It then doesn't like change much. And if we look what I usually use, yet I kind of get used to Visual Studio already, but Visual Studio code is pretty much the same. Well, it looks a bit different, and there are much more plugins for web development, but I don't see any problems with Visual Studio. And actually, if you compare it, it looks kind of the same. It also now has this like AI panel, let's say, and it also becomes more and more agentic. Like in Cursor, you can also ask it to code uh, things and to change your file, and it shows you suggestions, and you can accept or decline it. And actually, it's getting closer and closer to what Cursor can do. And if you really want, you can also install some other models like Claude. And I believe I installed it, but it got somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, so my, let's say, normal styles of coding is like I brainstorm architecture with those AI tools, and I code pretty much by myself. But if I see viable suggestions, I use it. And if I need to do something routine or boring or something that I don't know in the moment, I can ask to generate stuff. But after that, I go line by line and refine it, either manually or maybe ask to refine it. But usually I do it manually to understand that I still fully own the code. And today we'll try something different. So I installed this cursor thing, and first thing that you may notice, I don't use it full screen. You see that this tiny line around it, and there is a good reason, because if I open it full screen, it starts triggering FreeSync on my video card. It's because I suppose that Cursor AI, it's like Visual Studio Code, something wrapped in Electron, which allows this thing to work cross-platform. And when you run it full screen, it's pretty much the same, like pressing F11 on your browser. And if rendering is heavy, it tries to synchronize with your video card, and you have this screen refresh rate jumping, which is really annoying. It's blinking. I don't know if you can see it on recording, but the screen is literally blinking right now. But it can be configured. I can, for example, disable FreeSync or something. But for today, okay, I will keep it that way. So let's discuss the task that I'm going to feed to it. Recently I launched a project. It's my own project, my own web app, and on Monday I actually launched it in Product Hunt, and I think it did quite good job. I finished on 28th place out of 244, and considering that I have almost no social media following, I just don't exist in media space, I think it's very good result. It means that my pitch on the Product Hunt worked not that bad, and actually my app gathered some organic attention from Product Hunt, and I received like majority of votes from the community, from people who never heard about me before. But what I also noticed, this like Product Hunt traffic arrived to my app, and landing page showed quite bad performance. I have very high bounce rate, and well, landing page is not landing, if we put it briefly. And I can see why. I never was like super good at visual design. And yeah, of course, I watched some videos how to make good landing page, and I showed it to some people. They gave some suggestions. I implemented it. I also tried to scan the page with different large language models to get their take on that. But actually, those models, they mostly say that I'm doing fine. I'm okay. Yeah, they suggested that testimonials to add testimonials, but I just don't have them yet, so I don't want to put fake testimonials. But visual appearance definitely can be improved, I think, because this is what people saying, and yeah, why not to rework it and let this tool to do that. Uh, so idea is very simple. We have a page and you want to ask to refine it to improve visual performance. The task itself, if you have vision how it should look like, it's super easy. It's not even like junior developer. It's like a student who just finished 1 week course. It's all the task is just about arranging divs. That's it. So it's that simple. And as you can see, I prepared pretty, explicit a prompt what to do, and I actually realize that something is missing, and okay, so I am explaining. Here is my landing page. The problem is that bouncing rate is high and I would like to increase the user engagement and potential conversions. I acknowledge that the UI design is not the best and this might be one of the problems. Using the information that I already provided on the page, you can improve the overall visual appearance, which will look good both on desktop and mobile platforms. And I ask to keep footer in place because I don't want to break consistency with other pages. So super easy, straightforward task, very explicit prompt. I attached everything what involved, including this like tailwind config, because I use some of colors and some of screen breakpoints in some landing page components. Let's see what it does. I will not cut anything except maybe my awkward poses. Uh, let's see. I am approaching it absolutely unbiased. If I will be surprised, I will convert to this new religion. Okay, it takes some times. I actually have to say that before I started, I took some time to think and to actually write the prompt to provide all the context. At the time when I clicked start, I already was like 10 minutes in, and all those 10 minutes I could spend arranging divs myself. Uh, but let's see how it goes. Doesn't go super fast so far. Yeah, it's probably boring to watch, but yeah, let's feel that together. What the last icon does? There is no tooltip for that. It actually does a lot. I mean, if you look at these numbers, okay, okay, okay. Actually, kind of worried that this may break everything, but okay, okay, we'll see. Okay, shadow. Um, okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Okay, let's just watch. I am accepting everything instantly, and later we will figure out what it actually did because I mean that's the whole point of vibe coding. Okay, I flashed everything, and I really hope that I can see, let's say, okay, so I can figure out changes later. Okay, um, okay, first of all, hover is missing. That's actually better. That is sort of, oh, that's definitely better. That's terrible. That went terrible. Um, okay, maybe, but differently, definitely need some polishing, and actually contrast rate is garbage here and here, and might be, but I mean, super inconsistent here, like here rounded checks, here, well, also rounded, but different background. Here is no. And okay, he using alternating background. Um, um, I don't know what to think about it. I mean, it wasn't very it wasn't very good to begin with, but well, the most okay looking things are these ones. I actually did quite complex style inheritance here. Um, okay, okay, shadows kind of okay, but I believe it's standard shadows. Uh, this looks out of place, everything shifted, and gradients, I don't know. I don't know, but it lost hover feedback on buttons. Uh, okay, let's go fewer small screens. How it will be. Okay, I had this breakpoint myself, so I think it didn't change it. Okay, well, I think regarding transition to mobile devices, he just didn't do anything. He left my breakpoints in touch. Ah, okay, he added here, I think. Here's a bit different, but uh, overall idea remained the same. Actually, even this like switching from centered part to the back. Uh, all right. Okay. Fine. Let's go for the next round. Um, the up the the hero block and meet the up looks misaligned on desktop. Actually know that I can use voice, but I feel awkward. Okay. Okay, of course I accept. It's a vibe coding, coding without thinking. And it actually didn't finish. Okay. Okay. Okay, that looks more adequate. Okay. Check mark inconsistent to the page. Okay, it did something. Accept, refresh. Um, no, they are not. They are not consistent like at all. I mean, this one probably consistent, but um, I mean, uh, I think he, I think he added more. Okay, no, he didn't. Um, Actually, I sort of understand why he cannot grasp it. Yeah, it's like assurances and this thing. Okay, now it's consistent, but I don't like it, to be honest, because it doesn't follow the the rest of the app, and also this like gradient things. I I don't know. This background color, I think it's weird. It looks unhealthy to me. Uh, okay, now video has hover, but I don't know. Uh, I doubt that we want to go with that circles. Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of vibe coding. You just tell what you don't like and it do everything for you. Now we will make it to look more or less acceptable, and after that we will go and check the code. It will be the most funny part of all of it. Okay, I personally think that this is much better, except that it looks terrible on this background. The problem is the background, to be honest. And I think the gradient uh, on this last part, it looks bad. Is it a gradient at all? Yeah, probably yes, but it's um, uh, I don't know. Okay, uh, let's do step by step. Buttons lost its hover effect. I don't know. I mean, it's sort of entertaining to code like that, but it's not engaging at all. And I mean, of course, if I wasn't recording video, I would probably go through my phone right now. But all right, of course we accept all. We don't think, we just accept. This is what vibe coding is. Okay, and um, okay. I mean, maybe I just didn't save it like oh, what he did. I mean, now can I see the change? I know that I approve. Okay. Uh, okay, changed shadow. Um, I mean, I mean, did I accept it? Maybe it didn't save. Um, but I think, yeah, that's about it. That's the limit. This is where it dies out. And I will give one more attempt to that. Can you do hover check for buttons to look similar as it was in the beginning? Okay, whatever you say. Okay, he restored colors here, but hover no more. Uh, but okay, no. That's a simple actually task. He could revert everything how it was at least, but he is insisting on using these complex transition things. And of course, I could explain like every little step what to do, but it would be as efficient as if I did it myself already. But okay, let's try one more thing. Like how the bottom CTA panel Um, um, okay, the more you're trying to refine it, the more bizarre it gets, actually. And I believe uh, at some point you will need to explain what to do with every single div particularly, but this is where it loses its efficiency. And let's try last thing. Uh, okay, wrong. In the section, the header doesn't header in the last column doesn't look good because logo has color like background. I don't know what I'm saying. Uh, okay, just reverting back and okay, messing with logo a bit. Yeah, awesome drop. Uh, okay, I think we got the point, but I promised to be unbiased. Well, some things actually went not that bad. I like drop on the fonts, not here, but here it definitely better. Here it looks more organized, and this it's well, I can question the color choices, but well, it's okay. It's not that bad. It's well, it can be taken as a start. This well, except with header colors and here background colors, I think the idea to represent it as panels instead of table is actually quite good. I can take that and well, this is complete nonsense, to be honest. Uh, well, I definitely could uh, learn something from that, grasp some ideas, what I can do, uh, how to improve some things. And well, so far it worked exactly as I expected. I mean, we all used LLMs in some sort, and if you understand at least a little bit how it works, you have corresponding expectations from them, and well, I'm not disappointed. I actually kind of glad that I'm not really missing out, and it works exactly how I expect it to work. So my expectation was that it will be great for brainstorming, great for testing some ideas, but it's not nearly ready to produce something more or less production ready. I mean, for some internal presentation, like to show a concept for your CEO, it would be fine. It's awesome, but uh, does it look better than it looked before? Well, some parts definitely, but I don't think that just that changes alone change much in bounce rate and engagement. Well, I can learn something from that, but in terms of readiness, it's absolutely not ready. And I think we all see that it kind of stuck and it requires already manual intervention in terms of time. I'm almost 1 hour in. Yeah, I spent like 20 minutes to talking about the whole situation and stuff, but I mean, if I knew how I want to, if I knew how I want it to look like, uh, I could probably do myself and I would not spend so much time on it. But because I don't know how it should look like, well, it was nice exercise, but I honestly don't see how this can like steal a job or how it can be, uh, let's say, viable skill that worth mentioning in a job description. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's definitely useful, but it's not something that you should like learn like for a long time to dedicate it as like some sort of skill. Uh, but okay, let's go for the most interesting part. It's the code. Uh, okay, let's go from top to bottom. Let me shrink it. And all right, what it does essentially. Uh, okay. Um, it actually did a lot that I didn't ask, like with like insets and stuff. Does it really need it? I mean, the code base differently, like it's exploded. It's exploded, but it added long working hours. It's well, not that much actually, just some parts. Yeah, but I mean, essentially, what we needed here is just adjust maybe like some fonts and backgrounds. We didn't need to do much here, but apparently they added a lot. Okay, it changed for formatting a bit. Oh, that's okay, but um, well, actually, it's not that bad. I think it's essentially okay. I'm not sure what this all about, like the grid pattern and this like, I mean, does it really necessary? But we can check on that. And okay, meet the app. Okay. Actually, it's not that terrible. I mean, it's okay. It's understandable. Yeah, here he had to redo everything, but it well, it kept my text entries. Yeah, like added some like subtitles, which okay because I didn't care that much. It's, it's again hovers and how it organizes it. So okay, it's turned it to grid and on breakpoint. Okay, okay, I got it. And actually was not bad idea at all. What's the next comparison? This is actually quite neat. He replaced, okay, yeah, it's not cell anymore, so we don't need this class like at all. And uh, it's pretty much, it's div with okay, you also turned it into grid, but okay, that's fine. And yeah, pretty much three columns. Yeah, default one column and on. Okay, turns to three. And okay, not that bad. It's actually manageable. That's actually okay. After comparison, bottom CTA and okay, that section is broken, like totally. Uh, uh, it's like again some gradients. What's that for? Uh, I don't think it worth to really dig into that. Um, what else? Assurances. Okay, change size for don't know what reason, but okay. And um, okay. Well, actually, regarding code, not that bad, except those broken hovers on buttons and all that not working garbage associated to it. But I mean, overall, it's quite reasonable. Yeah, he preferred to switch from Flex to Grid. That's fine. And that, I mean, it's okay in general, I guess, in terms of code, like not that bad. I definitely would like to inspect all those properties and remove unnecessarily because there are definitely some um, But okay, I feel kind of okay with that. Okay, anyway, conclusions. Well, I actually said that they are good for brainstorming, but will require a lot of manual work. And in terms of save time, well, you probably save a lot on that brainstorming phase because you don't need to come up with ideas. But when it comes to actual production of stuff, you don't save that much because very soon you will need to navigate this conversation very precise and very detailed, and it all will reach the point when you have no choice other than manually fix things. Actually, I think on coding stage it doesn't save that much of the time. Uh, it might help to do repetitive work for you, and but again, if your code has a lot of repetitive points, probably it's a bad code in the first place, and those like micro automation, well, will save you like a minute a day or something. Uh, but I mean, I don't see anything for like 5 time productivity increase in terms of time. I don't see any perspective here, even for 20% increase. And I mean, for some demonstration purposes, for some, let's say, for some situation when you just need to show off what Cursor can do, uh, yeah, I mean, all those made up situations, like get the snake game done, yeah, it will work fine. But when it comes to real stuff, even for like that simple stuff like rearranging, um, I I mean, it has good uh, points, but it's not a miracle, and actually it performed exactly as I expected. Yeah, good for brainstorming, good for starting point, but uh, it will not do things for you, and its potential is quite limited. Very soon you reach the point when you cannot move forward. So will I use this to do anything? Like, am I converting to Cursor from my previous tools or not? Well, I would say not, because all that we need to do can be really done here. Uh, and I can just install a Claude model here and do pretty much same things here. And Visual Studio is not blinking when it's full screen, okay? And yeah, right now I don't see much reason like to switch to Cursor. However, the main question, will I do vibe coding? No. The answer is no. And I pretty much I think I will stay loyal to my current paradigm. So I use models, these LLM models for brainstorming, for research, and maybe to some, let's say, part partial like fragmental generation, like snippet suggestion. It's when like Copilot, you code, and if you see reasonable suggestion, you can apply, or you need to program uh, some, let's say, piece of code that requires too much thinking from your side, and you just don't want to think. And yeah, maybe I will ask model and to get some starting piece, but I will refine it before integration. Of course, I'm sure there will be people who will say that I'm using Cursor like a noob, but it might be much more efficient. You just need to give more context, you need to fine tune it. And yeah, that probably will give better result, but you just spend your time on tuning instead of like programming stuff. Um, well, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm not disappointed because I mean, it didn't exceed my expectation. It didn't like uh, perform worse than I thought. It was about right, about what I know of all of this, and I mean, for me, like nothing changed. I mean, I did similar things in Visual Studio without like cursor, and I think hype is exaggregated for sure. And can you actually do production code with vibe coding? No. And vibe coding is only maybe for brainstorming or for like showing off, but like when it comes for real life tasks, no, that thing is raw for sure. Yeah, that's about it. I suppose this video might be boring to watch. I probably cut uh, my talking, but I will not cut the action. Okay, anyway, write in comments what do you think. Maybe I'm really missing something or you agree with my conclusions. Yeah, I will be glad to hear your thoughts on that. Thank you. Bye bye. See you soon.